So I would like to welcome you all to Nature Rains and to the Business in a Box affiliate and distribution program. I want to go over a few things with you. Let me just make sure there aren't other people trying to come in. Um, so a little bit about Omega 48 and where it came from. I usually start the session with this, so if you've been here for one or two before, please forgive the repetition, but it's important for everybody to learn the story. And if possible, if your finances allow it, I highly recommend that you do the 3 bottle detox because then you can speak from personal experience. There are some people in this group and some people who will be joining us later who have known about omega 48 and used it 15 years ago, and some of them 10 years ago, 7 years ago. I just found somebody on the internet while I was running some searches today who was selling our product. So it's very often that I run into people um, who have used the product, but once you have your own story, your own testimony, it makes it much easier for you to speak to people. Because you can say, this is what I felt, this is what happened to me, these are the responses and the reactions that my body had. Sorry, there's just one more person trying to come in, I think. Um, so once you have your own story, you can speak from experience and it makes it much easier. I did not have my own personal experience. I started using the product. So the original formula came to my father in a dream about 16 years ago now. Um, so it wasn't something that we intended. We didn't say we're going to start a supplement company and this is what we're creating. Omega 48 came from a dream, and it was um, a sequence of events that happened that, one thing led to another, and we kind of fell into it. We didn't intend to do this. We had always been quite natural minded. We lived in Malawi and Zimbabwe. Um, we always grew our own food, and we were very in touch with the earth that way, but most African families were at the time. So, but we weren't herbalists. We weren't, into natural medicine and things like that until this product came to my family. And then we became, we kind of learned a lot about it. I took a course on herbalism. And over the last 16 years, we have devoted ourselves to, um, sorry, let me just add, we have devoted ourselves to learning this and becoming very proficient at it. So I recommend, if you can, to please start taking the 3 bottles at the 10 mils 3 times a day so that you have your own story and you can more easily approach other people and speak to them from a place of knowing for yourself. I'm going to share my screen here. I would like to start with this over here. I'm going to play a short video for you and I'll explain to you why shortly. But if you could just watch this video quickly. Welcome. This video is, in fact, a little more of an elaboration on the AO scan. It is, in fact, based on evidence that electromagnetic currents emitted by diseased cells are noticeably more unique when they're compared to healthy cells. This is a measurable biophysical value. Now, this is a different model, but it's similar to when your healthcare provider looks at the labs that are provided for the biochemical signature of your body on a lab report. The AO scan, then, is more like a biophysical evaluation. The concept is not a new one. In fact, current or microcurrent was also already being used in therapies for illnesses dating way back to the late 1800s. The AO scan is a unique assessment tool that also allows for wavelength measure of the body. It can possibly help to determine unhealthy wavelengths, which are emanating from your body within, and it can partially function to emit a counterbalance frequency to help restore an individual's energetic equilibrium.
The frequency signatures of specific nutritional substances are also tested against the body's waveforms to know exactly what your body needs in order to function properly. For more information, contact Alive Innovations at info@aliveinnovations.com.
Okay, the reason I played that for you is because this company, Alive Innovations, is one of our business partners in America. And they have designed some technology that gives you the ability to scan the human body and measure all of the electrical frequencies of every organ in the body. And it gives you a measurable, quantifiable number on what the frequency of a specific organ is. So let's just say your heart. They can look and see that your heart's electrical signature is not as strong as it should be, and there's potential for you to have heart disease down the road if this frequency is not brought back into balance. And Nature Rains, our company, makes products for this company, Alive Innovations. And we've started working together. We're actually going to be doing a merger in the next year or so between myself, Nature Rains, between Alive Innovations, and another company. What this is going to do and what this gives us is this technology is something I would like to bring to South Africa, so that we can, there's a whole range of benefits. Basically, what we can do is scan the human body and pick up all of the frequencies of all of the organs in the body and see which ones are not in alignment. On top of that, we can also see what herb or mineral or vitamin or what natural product, sometimes it's even animal products like liver or kidney or something like that, what ingredient it would take to bring that organ back into balance. So it might scan your body and say your heart, you have a high probability of having heart disease in the next 5 years or so if you don't correct what's going on with your heart. Then we take that data and we can build a custom supplement specifically for that individual with all of the herbs and minerals and ingredients that their body needs in order to bring all of their organs back into alignment. Um, the so how we build supplements now is we work on a formula. We have a list of ingredients that we would like to have. So let's say a parasite cleanse. This is our American company, Nature Rains. Could everybody just mute themselves, please? I can hear some noise in the background. So all of these products here are what we are going to bring to the South African market. So let's look at this one, Advanced Parasite Cleanse. So this product, we come up with a list of ingredients, okay? And we put into this software the list of ingredients and the quantities of the ingredients. And we're able to test that against, um, sorry, we're able to test that against a database of about 10,000 people who we have already done scans for. So we can test all of these ingredients against everybody, all of those 10,000 clients, and we can see how that information comes back to us. Will this product help to balance the organs in all of these people? And we adjust the formula until we get a very, very powerful formula. So we're basically able to do almost a clinical trial on a supplement before we launch it. All of our supplements, none of them have fillers or bulking agents or anything like that. They're 100% pure active ingredients. So every capsule of ours is incredibly strong. As an example, a typical capsule might fit 500 milligrams of product into it. And most supplements, if you look at the back under other ingredients here, you will see microcrystalline cellulose, you'll see magnesium stearate, you'll see a whole range of mannitol, all these kinds of fillers and bulking agents. So out of one capsule that might have 500 milligrams in it, you might have 120 to 130 milligrams of actual active ingredient, and the rest would be fillers and bulking agents. So what that does for a supplement is it makes it very ineffective. And what Nature Rains does in conjunction with Alive Innovations is we make the most potent and powerful supplement that we can while staying in an affordable price range. So all of these products here are what we are going to be bringing to Nature Rains South Africa. We decided to start with Omega Herbal 48 because when we looked at all of our product line, we thought, what is the one thing? We decided to launch with one product because we didn't want to, it's very expensive to launch a product. So to buy all of the raw materials, all of the ingredients, all of the packaging, the labels, all of that kind of stuff, and then to launch with so many different options is very expensive. So we looked at our product range and we decided to pick one product that would have the biggest impact on the most amount of people. And we came with Omega Herbal 48, which is our flagship product. It's something that everybody experiences some kind of benefit from. In America, it's called Health Tonic. We did that. There's a long story behind the name change. We would like to bring the Health Tonic branding here to South Africa, but there are already thousands of people in South Africa who recognize the Omega Herbal 48 brand. So we decided to launch with the Omega Herbal 48, and we'll slowly start bringing in the Health Tonic. Maybe we'll even have two products on the website, Health Tonic and Omega 48. I'm not sure how that's going to go yet, but all of these products are going to be coming to South Africa, and preferably with this branding as well. I really like the white and gold branding. So this is what we're going to be bringing to South Africa. We're going to start with most of the cleanses, the parasite cleanse. This DNA support is an incredible product. Covara over here is something you can put into a nebulizer and it helps to open up the airways. It helps with COPD, with asthma, with all kinds of lung infections and lung-related illnesses. We have colon cleanse, advanced parasite cleanse, uh, advanced MDX. This is a magnetic detox for heavy metals. There's actually magnetic particles in there that attract the heavy metals out of the cells in your body. They bond to them and they hold on to it until it passes out through your body. Nano Immune is like Health Tonic, but in a capsule form. It is weaker and it does not have all of the benefits of the Omega 48. But some people were not able to drink the liquid, so we made it in a capsule form. Colon cleanse here, Covara, external skin repair. We have a face wash, Focus. This is an incredible product for stress and anxiety relief. Very good for students or doctors, lawyers, people who are in high stress positions. Health Tonic Light. This was a slightly weaker version. We even have a pet product here, Men's Health, Colon Cleanse. So we have quite a wide range of products. We'll also be introducing some products that are specifically for the African market. So let me just go. We have done a lot of changes on our website recently over the last couple of days. This is our new landing page for Nature Rains South Africa. This is the .co.za website. So a little bit about Omega Herbal 48. Omega 48 is a nano-emulsified essential oil supplement. What that means is that we use an emulsifier that breaks apart the essential oils to their most basic form. So, oil normally, when it's not emulsified, oil gathers together and the particles clump together and they become very big. When you emulsify the oils, all of the little particles are held in suspension separately. And then through the process that we use to create everything through vibration and heat, we're able to break apart those particles to an incredibly small particle size. It's on the nano scale. It's about 70 to 80 nanometers. Because of the particle size being so small, it's able to absorb very deeply into the body. It's able to absorb into the cells in the body. It's able to go through the blood-brain barrier and get into the brain. It's able to do some cleaning and stuff in there. This product is a fantastic all-around detox product. It will help to clean out your veins, your arteries of plaque buildup. It helps to remove some chemicals. We've had people who have rashes. We had one person start taking Omega and they developed a really bad rash underneath their under their skin, under their neck. And they couldn't figure out what it was. He went to the doctor. He stopped taking the product, and the rash went away. He started taking the product again, and the rash came back. And we were working very closely with him. And at first, he thought it was the product that was doing it. And I've never seen anybody have an allergic reaction to the product. So we started looking in deeper to it, and we got to the point where we started looking through his history, and he had been in the Vietnam War. And he was in charge of mixing up some chemicals when he was in the war for something called Agent Orange, which was a very nasty chemical that they used to start fires and all kinds of things like that. And he was in charge of mixing these barrels, and he would sit and mix for hours at a time. But those chemicals soaked into all of his skin. And when he started taking the omega 48, all of that started coming out of his neck. So he pushed through it. He kept on with 10 mils 3 times a day, and he started getting sores and blisters. And eventually it all came out of his skin, and then his skin went back to normal. So it is quite normal to see people have some pretty crazy reactions. Not normal, but when it does happen, we know how to handle it. And at some point, if you do this long enough, if you build a big enough client base, you will get clients that start having something weird. Just contact us and we'll talk you through it. But most of the time, what's happening is what's called a healing crisis or a Herxheimer reaction. What that means is when you start to remove things from the body that have been weighing heavy on the body, you go through a crisis. It happens when you do a parasite cleanse. If somebody has lots of parasites in the body, they start doing a parasite cleanse. My wife is actually currently doing our parasite cleanse right now. Um, she got a scan done recently and it showed that she had some parasites in her digestive system. So she started treating with the parasite cleanse, but it makes her very tired. After about 4 or 5 days of taking the product, she starts getting very tired. She starts feeling a little bit sick, a little bit fluey. And we know what's coming. It's starting to kill the parasites in the body. And if you don't remove those dead parasites quickly enough, it starts to build up toxins. As those parasites die and decay, your body has to do something with all of that waste. So you may see what we call a healing crisis in somebody who has a lot of stuff in their body that they haven't cleaned out before. Um, and we know normally what we do is if the person is not having fun, if it's a little bit too strong of a what we call healing crisis, and they're not enjoying it, it's giving them really bad headaches or making them very weak or very nauseous or something like that, then we just recommend that they lower the dose from 10 mils 3 times a day down to twice a day or once a day, and do that for 3 or 4 days until the body gets adjusted and you're drinking lots of water and you're passing out everything that your body doesn't want. Then you can go back up to the twice a day. Do that for 3 or 4 days. As long as you stay healthy and strong and you feel good, then go back up to the 3 times a day. We recommend that everybody who starts taking the product takes those initial 3 bottles at 10 mils 3 times a day, because then you will really feel something happening in your body. You can also have increased immune resistance, and you will still see benefits of the product if you just start taking it at 10 mils 1 time a day. But if you're able to do the 10 mils 3 times a day, that's where you see the most amount of benefit. And you see people having reduced blood pressure, reduced blood sugar, um, reduced inflammation, pain and swelling, increased liver function, increased kidney function. So there's a wide range of benefits. And while we're on that subject, I just want to give a little piece of advice, because I was speaking with another one of our distributors earlier on this week, or maybe even last week. And he was telling me he has a client who is interested in taking omega 48, but he wants to see what happens to him first. If he gets the right benefit, or if he has positive results with his blood pressure. And I asked him, why is the client waiting to why is the client waiting to take the product? And he said, well, he wants to see what happens with my blood pressure. And I just want to caution you, it's best not to speak about a specific, you can say in general, there have been people who have reduced blood pressure and reduced blood sugar. Particularly with blood sugar, we have more even results. Blood pressure is something that there can be lots of things that cause high blood pressure. So if your client has high blood pressure because their veins and arteries are clogged up from bad diet, from plaque buildup in the veins and arteries, you will see a reduction in blood pressure from taking omega 48. But let's say they have a high magnesium deficiency. Magnesium, the veins and arteries in your body, they contract like your heart, okay? So the veins and arteries, as the blood is pushing, they are also circulating blood through the body. Somebody who's magnesium deficient has almost like a muscle cramp. So the arteries are restricted, okay? So they're not able to open to stretch. So that magnesium deficiency will cause a restriction in blood vessels, veins, arteries. Um, and taking omega 48 won't help that person because they have a massive mineral deficiency. They need to take a high dose, maybe 600 to 800 milligrams of magnesium a day for a couple of days to get the magnesium back into their body so that the blood vessels can pump. So I caution people not to guarantee a specific result because you don't know what the other factors are in why that person is experiencing results that way. We don't know. Uh, yeah, it's best not to say take omega 48, it will reduce your blood pressure, because we don't know all of the other factors in why that client has high blood pressure. And it's best not to guarantee a specific result because most people, the general public, we don't have the right education to be able to diagnose somebody. Okay, so we have to be very careful on claims that we make about the product. Is it a fantastic product that benefits lots of people? Absolutely. But I want to caution you not to make any specific claims about it because there are other factors. So something like diabetes, I feel more comfortable uh, assuring somebody that they will see good results with diabetes because it's specific to blood sugar and insulin. So by taking omega 48, it has a lot of cinnamon essential oil in it. Cinnamon has medical studies, it has scientific proof that cinnamon does help with blood sugar. So there's kind of a structure function claim about the product. A structure function claim means if the product contains the right quantities of a certain ingredient, you can expect to have a certain result. So if Red Bull contains 200 milligrams of caffeine, you can expect to get lots of energy from drinking a Red Bull. And the same thing goes with omega 48 and with insulin and diabetes. It has a high quantity of cinnamon essential oil in it. Cinnamon has medically and scientifically been proven to be very effective in diabetes. So I feel more comfortable assuring a client that they will have some positive benefits there. Um, yeah, I feel more comfortable saying that a client will experience those benefits than with blood pressure, because stress can be a high factor in blood pressure, mineral deficiencies can be a high factor. So there's lots of other things that omega 48 will not have an effect on that are related to blood pressure. So I urge you to go through the list of the ingredients in omega 48, and you can talk to people about the ingredients and what the ingredients are and the health benefits that are associated with those ingredients. Then outside of that, the cleaning and detox is something that I also feel comfortable saying. because it does help to clean the veins, the arteries. It cleans the. We've had people who do live blood analysis, and they have taken, a client's blood. They prick the finger, they put it on the slide, they look, and you see, the blood platelets all clumped together. Then they take a shot of omega-48. They wait 15 minutes, prick again, put it back on the slide, and you can see the blood is alive. The blood is bouncing all around. Um, so those are things that I'm comfortable assuring a client that they will see results with. But try to stay away from medical topics. Also, when it comes to blood pressure in specific, if you have a client who is on high blood pressure medication, caution them with taking omega-48, because if their blood pressure is high because of um, plaque buildup in the veins and arteries, the omega-48 will start to clean that out, and they will start to see a reduction in blood pressure. Now, if they keep taking their blood pressure medication, their blood pressure may start getting low. So they need to speak with their doctor, tell them, you can say you're taking a supplement. You don't have to say you're taking a supplement. Just tell your doctor that your blood pressure is starting to come down. Can he reduce the dose of your medication? And maybe after a month or 2 months, you might have to go back to the doctor and say, listen, my blood pressure is normal. I would like to come off of the medication. And always have your doctor approve that. We don't want to we don't want to be confused with giving any kind of medical advice. So we are here to guide our clients, okay? And I always guide my clients back to their healthcare professional. If they're seeing a naturopath or a homeopath or whoever it is, they need to speak to their healthcare professional to get guidance on anything to do with medication, okay? They don't have to tell the doctor, I'm taking this supplement. They can just say, I've been exercising or whatever it is. My blood pressure is coming down. What can I do about this? Always refer your client back to the doctor. Make sure that you don't ever put yourself into any kind of legal um, defense position where you have to defend something that you've said. Okay. We've had people who have guaranteed a family member that if they take, a family member is on their deathbed with cancer, with HIV, with something like that, and the person guarantees them, if you take this product, you're going to get better. And unfortunately, some of those people have passed away, and it's caused issues for that person. So always, I suggest that people try the product. If somebody said, if it's something I'm not aware of, um, I always say, give it a try. I'm not going to tell you that this is going to help you, but let's give it a try and see what it's, see what happens. But I never, and please never guarantee any kind of results because you don't know what the other factors are with people who take the product. So that's something I wanted to cover really quickly. Um, Here on the product page or on the home page, we have just these two buttons, home, become a distributor. We're going to add another section here where it says find a distributor. I need probably another 10 to 15 people who are purchasing a 25 bottle box of omega-48. You have to be purchasing boxes to be able to get up on our website. Otherwise, you run out of product too quickly and you're not able to service the community. So we will be adding another section here called Find a Distributor, where there will be a map. You can look at Johannesburg. Yes, Lusanda, I'll get to you in 1 minute. So once you have a box, then we will put it up on the website that you are a distributor in a certain location. People will have maybe your phone number and just basic contact details. So when someone comes to our website looking for the product, they can look and say, oh, I'm in Rivonia. There is somebody here. Maybe we can do something that way. So then they can contact you. Lusanda, can you unmute yourself and just ask your question quickly?
Okay, hello everyone.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Thank you. I wanted to ask on while you were still on the issue of high blood pressure. I had someone when I was selling the product. We actually bought 2 bottles over the weekend. Um, the as I was explaining the product, she actually said to me, "Okay, now that I have low blood pressure, will this not affect me? Can you assist me? Because you explained on the issue of the high blood pressure. I understand that one. So when someone says I have a low blood pressure, will it not affect the person?"
Um,
Yeah.
yes, thank you for that question. Low blood pressure is a little bit tricky as well because it depends on what is the cause of the low blood pressure. So, if somebody already has low blood pressure and they have lots of plaque and buildup on the inside of their arteries, then once omega-48 starts removing all of that plaque, their blood pressure would go down lower. So, that person in particular needs to find a way to increase their blood pressure. Um, and I mean, usually that can come just with some diet changes. It can come with adding more of a high quality salt to their diet, not iodized table salt, not sodium chloride, but a full spectrum like Celtic sea salt or even Himalayan salt. I'm not such a big fan of pink salt, but some kind of high quality salt. I prefer sea salts, but some people are cautious about microplastics and all of those kind of things. But a full spectrum salt, so an unadulterated sea salt or mountain salt like Himalayan, either one of those would be good at adding into the diet. What I do when I wake up in the morning, I put a little sprinkle of Celtic sea salt into a glass of water with a squeeze of lemon, and that's what I drink first thing in the morning. Adding minerals, electrolytes is what I know to be one of the best ways to increase blood pressure, as well as exercise, just getting your resting heart rate up higher more often. But yes, it is something that would affect if that person has low blood pressure and they have clogged arteries. The omega-48 will start cleaning out the arteries, which would further reduce the blood pressure. So that is something that the client needs to be aware of, and I would definitely take steps to start increasing the blood pressure before doing anything. So my wife typically has lower blood pressure than normal. Whenever rain's coming or something like that, she really suffers, and that's typically a sign of low blood pressure. She drinks omega-48, she does detoxes and all that kind of stuff, and it doesn't affect her blood pressure. So her taking the product hasn't made her blood pressure go lower, but she does typically have low blood pressure, and we just monitor it. But we already know now that she doesn't have clogged arteries, so it's not a problem. But with anybody new to the product, I would definitely suggest that they do something to start increasing their blood pressure. And maybe they can start taking the omega-48. And if they notice blood pressure going down too low, they have to do something to counteract that. So the easiest thing that I know of is increasing full spectrum salt content in the body. That will help the blood pressure to come up as well. And then things like minerals and magnesium, potassium, all those kinds of things. Some kind of nitrous oxide product would be good for them to add also, just to help bolster the circulatory system. I hope that was helpful. So
Thank you.
yeah, yeah, no problem. So we will be adding a find a distributor section there. Um, so I'm going to go to the topic for today. We are going to run a little bit late. I apologize that we started late. I hope everyone can bear with us for a moment. I'll try to be quicker than normal. Marketing tools. I'm going to be making this folder much more robust for anybody who has signed up as an affiliate. I recommend that you do sign up as an affiliate, even if you're only planning on selling locally. It just gives you more options. It gives you these product links, files, media assets. So these are all things that you can use. I've added a lot of testimonies down here. These testimonies, and we have a lot more that I'm going to start adding to this folder. but you can click on a link here and download the testimony. Um, so tonight we wanted to talk a little bit about marketing. I know lots of people don't have a budget for marketing, and if you plan on growing your business, you will exhaust your friends and family at some point. Even if you know lots of people, you're going to talk to them a lot and you're going to exhaust that network. If you want to grow, you have to grow outside of your current sphere of influence. So what we want to speak about today is a little bit more on groups, on where you can post and how to find more places to go. So I'm going to go to groups over here. This is what I recommend: is uh, you can go anywhere, but I would look around your home. So let's say Joe, let's say health. Okay, so all of these are around health. All of these groups: South African health and wellness courses, workshops, classes, and seminars. Make sure that you don't spam, because if you spam, which means adding lots of content, blasting people with content, you're not going to be successful. What we recommend is that you nurture. And I speak from experience that I know what the level of stress is when you have bills to pay and you need to find another way to make money. And I think there's a lot of people that have come to our program who do not have even startup capital of 1,000 Rand or 1,500 Rand. So you have to hustle. You have to put together something that doesn't exist yet. You have to start building a network. What I recommend is that you go to Facebook, go to groups, Health and Wellness South Africa, Health Products in South Africa, Alternative Therapies and Workshops. Be careful which ones you join, okay? So South African health and wellness courses, workshops, classes, and seminars, I probably wouldn't join that one. Health and Wellness South Africa, I would do that one. Health Products in South Africa, definitely 9 posts a day. You're going to see a lot of these groups are just blasts of people trying to sell products. So we're not the only ones doing this. There are lots of people out there joining these groups. I set up a group, Holistic Health South Africa. I set that group up probably 10 or 15 years ago, and a bunch of people joined and just started spamming with products all day. And I don't even do anything in the group anymore. So you will see that. Let's look at this one, Health and Wellness South Africa. Come here and look at the engagement. How many people are giving a thumbs up? How many people like the content? There's nothing. There's nobody engaging with any of this content. So this is one of those blast sites. People come here and they post a bunch of stuff, but nobody comes here looking for products. People only come here people only come here to sell things. So this isn't one that we want to be a part of. Health Department of South Africa. I wonder if we can post in there. Also no engagement here. So be careful of, you can post stuff in here, but it just looks like nobody comes in here to find stuff. So maybe health isn't the best way. Maybe we need to look at something else. Community. Community Sandton. Here we go. 59,000 members, 60 plus posts a day. Okay, we have a comment on the first one. That's a good sign. Then lots of people forwarding. Okay, at least people are coming and looking through here. There's lots of things. Okay, So let's just say this is a good one. Let's say we found something that we want to, can I even post in here? I can. So I can post. All right, so what we're going to do is come back here to marketing tools. I'm going to get this link. See, I can even post it to WhatsApp. I can post it to Facebook. WhatsApp groups are another good way to check, another good way to market. Okay, but let me just copy this code. That's not going to do. All right, what you need to do is download, you'll have to download it. Marketing tools. Okay, so click on this little button here and download. I already have. Uh, all right, I'm going to pick this one right here. Okay, what I would also do is copy this. I would copy this text and then I would put it here. Okay, and then I would copy out the rest of that text. Okay, and let's just post it here. All right, so I would just post this and see what happens. If an admin sends you a message and tells you not to do that again, no problem. But let's just see. I'm going to leave it here. So I would start with something simple like testimonies. Maybe even rewrite the testimony yourself. It's best when you've taken 3 bottles of the product and you have your own testimony, you can write from there. What I would do is I would just post images like this or write out the testimony. Even if you don't, this looks a little bit more like a sale. Maybe what you can do is do something like this. Okay, and then write out. Okay, I just made that up, but find the testimony. You can go on our website and pull the reviews or testimonies off of our website. Copy this down here and paste it. Just write the testimony right there. If somebody reads it, they're going to comment on it and they're going to say, what are you talking about? What is this product? Then you're going to go right here, back to marketing tools, home, referral link. I'm going to copy this link. Okay, let's just say somebody made a comment. I'm not able to comment on it. If somebody else comments, we could do something like this. Okay. So if somebody posts here and they say, what product are you talking about? What is this? They ask any kind of question. I would paste my link right there. I don't want to do this. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, here's a link to it, and then post my link. Okay, something else you can do is you'd have to open up two windows. Let's say I know somebody who might want to buy this distribution box. I'm going to copy this link, go back here, paste it there, and it's going to give me my affiliate link. So I've taken this product, I took the link up here, posted it into my paste product page link, and now it's given me this, which is a customized thing that goes straight to my boom. So now it's product specific. When somebody clicks on this link, they're going to get forwarded directly to my affiliate channel. And this is how you can make this 20% revenue without putting any money in. Okay. This is very important for somebody who's just starting. Now, again, I mentioned earlier, I know what it's like to be under that pressure to have bills to pay. But let's say in your whole life, things have always been a certain way. You've always had a certain kind of job with a certain level of income, and you haven't been able to break out of that. And I don't want to go off on a tangent, but this is something that I'm very passionate about, because how you grow up and the world that you're born into is the world that you're almost destined to repeat. Okay. If you're born into a home with very low income and you grow up with very low income and you're used to your parents having a low income job, the chances of that child growing up to be very successful and have lots of money are very slim. So it's like this, what's that saying from the Bible? The sins of the father are destined for the son, or something like that. Um, the if that's how you grow up, if that's how you grew up, your mindset is in that, and you have to break that. And it's very difficult to do, but it is very possible to do. Myself, my parents were missionaries in Africa. I came from absolutely nothing. My parents did not have any money. I didn't grow up wealthy in any way. I've managed to build something incredible, also with my parents. Um, but it took a lot of hard work to build something that was outside of the structure that we grew up in. So if you're in a position where you have fixed income and you want to grow something incredible, you 100% can do it, but it's going to be a lot of work. And you have to go slowly. If you're building something that's going to take you out of a place where your family has been in for at least your whole life. Maybe it's multi-generational. Maybe nobody in your family was ever successful, and you're going to be the first one to do that. You have to break that cycle. You have to break that chain. And what I would say is the first thing that you can do is to slow down. Okay. Yes, you have bills that are due at the end of the month. I 100% feel that, but you have to slow down if you're going to build something that's going to go outside of this month, something that's going to take you out of that cycle of never having enough money to pay your bills. You have to break that. There's lots of things that you have to break to get out of that. And one thing I can suggest is create a plan. Okay. Let's say, I spoke in one of our first sessions about the fastest way to a yes is through 100 no's, and I firmly, firmly, firmly believe that. If I had to get discouraged every time I get a no from our marketing, I'm currently spending quite a bit of money in South Africa on marketing. If I had to get discouraged every time someone said no, they don't have the money, I would pack up and I wouldn't have a business anymore. You have to push through those no's, because the fastest way to a yes, the fastest way to a sale is through lots of no's. So look for all of these places where you can join groups, where you can post for free. And if you go on this group and you go, buy this product from me, buy this product, the admin is going to kick you off and you're going to be out of the group. So we have to be smart about how we do this and do what I call it a nurturing campaign. Okay, so you're going to just drop pieces of information for people to see. You can go on this group and just post that review, like what I said, um, and see who says something. You can even do it without the bottle, so it doesn't look like advertising. So just copy this text here, rewrite it, paste it in there, and see what happens. But join lots of groups, especially if it's in your area. If you live in Soweto, join every group in Soweto. If you live in Rivonia, join all of the groups in Rivonia and start participating. So look for the people that have a badge that says contributor, like a contributor badge, okay? And then start commenting on all of their posts because they're already a top level contributor. They post a lot. Follow them and comment on all of their posts and find something to comment about. But the more you engage with people in these groups, the more you will get a higher ranking. Facebook sees you engaging and it makes you more important. If you just drop into a group and post a testimony or a buy this product from me link, nobody's going to pay any attention to you and you'll probably get kicked out of the group. What you need to do is start commenting, start engaging with people. And if you're serious about this, I I get up sometimes at 4:30 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I work for 2 hours. Then my kids wake up. We do breakfast. We get them ready for school. They go to school. I start working again. I work till sometimes 3:30, 4 o'clock. I stop when my kids come home. We have dinner together. We play a little bit. They go to bed, and I work sometimes till 11 or midnight, sometimes after midnight. So and there have been many, many years where I've been starting something new that I have done this schedule of not getting lots of sleep, drinking too much coffee, and hustling, working hard. And this business would not be what it is today if I didn't put those hours in. So it's going to take you hours. And I suggest that in the beginning, when you get into these groups, start engaging with people, start commenting, start interacting with them. Oh, even if it's like somebody posts a garden hose for sale, comment on it and be like, oh, I don't need this now, but thanks for the offer. Or, just find a way to engage in all of the groups that you join, whether it's your WhatsApp community group. When people start posting on there, say, oh, haha, that's so funny, or, just respond, just engage with people. And then they get used to seeing your name popping up all the time. And the more your name pops up, the more they get used to seeing you. And they will pay attention. The longer you engage, so let's say you join 20 groups today. Tomorrow, start engaging. And let's say you do 5 days of engagement and do it as often as you can. When somebody posts, just comment or whatever it is, but make sure it's something that's useful. Don't just do junk content. You don't want to post 10 times a day of junk content. You want it to be engaging. And I can't help you do that. This is something you can use AI, you can use Google AI, you can use ChatGPT, you can use Grok, there's so many things out there right now. Okay. Let me just break away really quickly just to do this. All right. I'm going to take, so this is Grok. Testimonies. I'm just going to pick one here. Okay. How can I start a conversation about this review? To start a conversation about this review from Nature Rain's Omega Herbal 48, your approach depends on who you are talking to and what you want to achieve. Here are the best ways to frame the conversation based on your goals. If you want to sell or promote the product, marketing, social media, highlight the word of mouth angle. I love seeing reviews like this. There is nothing more powerful than a recommendation from someone you trust, like a friend's mother. So this is Google AI. It's absolutely free. Anybody who's got a cell phone has access to this. Huh, here's one of our distributors in Zambia. That's funny. I mean, you will run into people everywhere who have familiarity with this product. So, and you can say, I want to sell this product, help me sell it. So right here, I'm going to copy this, okay? And I'm going to go back here. Okay, this you can paste into WhatsApp groups. You can paste this into Facebook groups. You can paste it easily and kind of in lots of different locations. I love seeing reviews like this. There's nothing more powerful than a recommendation. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to pick that same post. Okay. And it's this simple. You're just starting a conversation with somebody. I love seeing reviews like this. There's nothing more powerful than a recommendation from someone you trust, like a friend's mother. It shows how much people genuinely rely on Omega Herbal 48 for their daily wellness. This is something that I have generated in 3 minutes, less than 3 minutes. And it's something that you can do also. So I don't want to spend too much time on this topic, but this is how easy it is. I'm not able to help very much, but I think in the WhatsApp group, please try to help each other. If there's anybody who has experience with marketing, maybe say, I know how to do marketing, somebody else knows how to write copy, just bounce things off of each other. Once we get more active people in the WhatsApp and the Facebook group, we're going to start having like breakout training sessions where two or three of you can pair up together. One pretends to be the client, and the others, are the ones trying to sell it. And you can practice how to engage with a client and talk to them and earn their trust. Okay. I once had a construction company and I was very good. My construction company was very successful because I was very good at talking to clients and making them feel like I know what I'm talking about. I did know what I was talking about. I had lots of training and lots of background in construction, but I was very engaging with the clients and I laughed with them and I would make jokes about the dog or about something like that. And as soon as you walk into somebody's house as a contractor, they're very defensive because they think this person's coming to try to take as much money from me as possible. The first thing I would do is start discounting them. So when they say, I want to do this and this and this, I would say, yeah, that might be quite expensive for you. Why don't you rather do this? It would be about 20% cheaper. It would still look good. It would still have the same kind of quality, but you don't need to spend all of that money. As soon as you do that, you have your client. You have them because their expectation is that you're trying to take the money. My um, gosh, who was it? I don't remember who it was who said it, but there's somebody who I follow who said the best way to get what you want in life is by helping other people get what they want. And I 100% agree with that. The best way for me to get that contracting job was to do what was to help the client get what they wanted. And what they want is good quality work for a fair price. Okay. So the first thing I would do is tell them they don't need to spend that much money. Uh, yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this. Okay, I think that's going to be really expensive for you. Don't take your fireplace out. Let's rather just seal it up and paint it so that you don't see it. If you have to take all of that stone and everything out, it's going to cost you a lot of money. So let's find another way to use this space without having to tear out your fireplace. And I had the customer. And that's what you need to look at building with people. The, Try to help people get what they want, and the end result is that you will have what you want. This is what I'm doing. Okay. What I want is to have the fastest growing and most reliable dietary supplement company in South Africa, in Africa, the whole of Africa. But I'm starting in South Africa because this is where I am. And I fully believe that we can build a company that gives the highest quality products at a fair price and helps people to make money and helps people to leave the 9 to 5 fixed income rat race that people get stuck in. It is my greatest desire to help people like you start your own business and never have to clock in at work ever again. I work 12, 13, 14, sometimes 15 hours in a day, but I love it. It's not stress. I mean, it does get stressful to me, but it's a lot of work, but I love it because it's mine. Nobody, it doesn't belong to anybody else. I don't have to ask somebody if I can take 2 days off to go do something with my family. I don't have to ask anybody. I do my thing when I want to do it, and that level of freedom is worth any amount of work. And that's what I'm trying to help other people do, is build an income that is not directly tied to the amount of hours that you have in a day. If you are trading 8 hours for the only money
Personally,
that you
Femi.
have for the month, sorry? Uh, Um, if you're trading your time, your 8 hour day for the only money that you will have this month, then that's a problem. We have to separate that. Okay. Your time is your time. Your money is your money. Money should be making more money irrelevant of your time. If you can get to where you're only working 3 or 4 hours a day and you make 15,000 Rand or 25,000 Rand a month and you're happy, I only want 20,000 Rand a month and I'm willing to work 3 hours a day for it, then that's fine. Build everything in a way that you only have to work 3 hours a day. So I don't want to go off on too much of a tangent. Let me look at my okay, so AI text editing. This is also AI is incredibly easy. Um, I have used it a lot. Some things it's not, don't ask it for advice because AI was built for you to always stay on it. So it's built for you to always come back. So it will always give you the answer that it thinks you want to make you happy. So don't ever ask AI for advice. Ask it for, give it commands, not commands, but things to do. Make it work for you. You can build a phenomenal business using AI. 90% of the work that I mean, almost everything that I do myself, and I use AI to do a lot of it. It's a very useful tool, but don't get sucked into it and don't let it help you too much. But in this instance, how do I start a conversation around this? Look, here's the best thing, asking a question. That is the number one way to get engagement. Don't say, I like to see testimonies like this. Say, what do you think when you see a testimony like this? Do you think it's real? Do you think it's too good to be true? What do you think about this testimony? And the moderators in groups like to see people who are engaging. So if you're in some kind of community or health group, don't just go in trying to get the sale, because like if any of you people, okay, anybody who's in this group, if I just sent you a message with a link for payment and I said, here's Omega 48, here's the link to buy it, none of you would buy it because you don't know me, you don't know my product, you don't know if the product works. So my ability to sell product is not directly related to your ability to pay for the product. You can pay for the product, but you're not going to because you don't have that level of trust. So how I'm going to make a sale is by building trust and letting you know that that I'm here for the long run, that my product is here for the long run. This product has been here for 16 years. It would not have lasted this long if this product didn't work and work very well. So what I can suggest to you is join groups. Spend maybe one day joining a lot of groups in your area, WhatsApp groups, download Telegram, get on Telegram groups, just find, Google. Okay. Um, how many free groups in Johanna? Hold on. List the free groups. Okay, list the free groups in Johannesburg that I can join to sell this product on Facebook, Telegram, and WhatsApp. Instagram and TikTok are also fantastic. You can build a national distribution network on TikTok and Instagram. If you just post 3 videos every single day, 3 on TikTok, 3 on Instagram. And this is all you need to do before we even get back to this. Where are we? All right. I'm going to use this one right here. Okay, get your phone, turn it on, put your camera on. Hey everybody, my name is David. I just want to tell you about this exciting new business that I've started. I'm an affiliate for Omega Herbal 48 for Nature Rains. I want to share this testimony with you. I'm going to read it to you live. It says, in only 5 days, it's only been 5 days, but my wife and I can definitely feel a difference with this product. It really works. We feel our overall sense of well-being is better than before. Isn't that amazing? This product is so good. I've been using it. My family's been using it. If you're interested in hearing more about it, shoot me a message, drop me a comment, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thanks so much. That's as simple as it is. If you do that 3 times a day, within 30 to 90 days, you will have an incredible amount of followers and people engaging with your content. You just need to post consistently 3 times, 2 to 3 times every single day, and we have the content already. You can copy this here. You can go to AI and say, give me 5 ways to start, give me 5 things to talk about in a TikTok about this one testimony. You could say, give me 20 ways to talk about this one testimony, and you've got content for 20 videos. So if you guys would like, post it on the WhatsApp group. We'll do another session around social media and how to work on social media. So Facebook groups, Johannesburg Buy and Sell, Kensington, Johannesburg Buy and Sell, WhatsApp groups, Santon advertising groups, ladies buying and selling, ask groups. I mean, it's ridiculous. Johannesburg Classifieds, Gauteng Marketplace, Joburg Buy Sell. You've got Gumtree, you've got junk mail, you've got so many different avenues to go and post something. And eventually you will have enough content rolling over that lots of people are interested. I see we're running out of time, but let me just open it up to any questions and answers. If anybody has anything they would like to talk about really quickly before we close it down. Can you just unmute yourself if you have a question about anything, please? Nobody? Okay. All right. Well, feel free
No,
to.
yes, sir.
Yes, go
Yes,
ahead,
colleague.
Coach.
No, mine is not necessarily a question, but it's more of a comment and appreciation. I've had this problem of using social media, like how do I advertise or market my product on social media. But for what you have said today, I think it makes a lot of sense to me, and I believe I would immediately start with making sure that I market my product. Even if I don't have money now, then I will always call for pre-order, something like that, so that the business can start moving.
Absolutely.
Thank you
So
very much.
what you do, go to the website and get your affiliate link, okay? And what I've shown you on social media, you can start making posts everywhere. And eventually, in the beginning, don't get disappointed if nobody responds to your first post. Don't give up and put your phone away and don't do it again. Keep going. Look for 100 times. Uh, you must fail 100 times. Try to do that.
Thank you
Try to
very much.
find 100 ways to fail, and somewhere in there, one thing will work out and you'll be able to run with it. But if
Thank
you,
you very much.
yeah, it's an absolute pleasure. And I'm very passionate about helping people, especially people who don't have capital. It's easy when you have R1 million in the bank, it's easy to start a new business. You can start 10 new businesses a day. But when you don't have any money and you have to start a business, that's very difficult. But I've done it
Yeah,
before. I've started a business with zero money. I've started businesses in debt and been able to make money to get out of debt. So even with zero income, you can start using the tools that we've given you. get into the affiliate portal, create your links, and go start posting and get on Google and create content that's engaging, that asks questions, that says, comment down below if you like this testimony also, or drop me a thumbs up if you like this testimony. And you'll get people that say, oh, what are you doing? You should get out of here. You shouldn't be here. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about haters, people who are giving you grief. Nobody cares about that. I don't care about somebody who doesn't want, like, it's not important. What's important is that you're trying to build something big, and once you've built it, those people will look at you and say, oh, there's another guy, Alex Hormozy. Um, he says people get jealous of your destination. They don't get jealous
Yes,
of your journey. So when you have R1 million in the bank account and you have a big business, people are jealous of you then, but nobody gets jealous when you're hustling, when you're trying to get by, when
yes,
you're
yes,
writing those
yes.
emails at 11 o'clock at night trying to make some money so you can pay rent the next day. Nobody's jealous of that, but that is where you create something that's worth a lot of money. The things that I have done at midnight that have turned out to be something big when I'm on my third cup of coffee for the day, or fourth or fifth cup of coffee for the day, trying to stay awake and keep working. That's something that nobody is jealous of, but everybody who does well in life has had those nights where they have to stay up till midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning working. So I highly encourage you, get on Google, have Google create a plan for you. Don't follow the plans too much. You always have to have room to wiggle. But I'm here for you guys. I'm on the WhatsApp group. As more people start engaging on the WhatsApp, you'll see me less and less. But then I'll start adding moderators, people who have been with us for a long time, who know more about the product and can answer questions. But for right now, I'm available, and I hope you guys will use me as much as possible. And I'm here to help wherever I can. So thank you all. Is there anybody else who has any comments or any questions about anything?
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Dave. Thanks very much, Dave.
All right, thank
Yes.
you.
Okay. Can I
Yes,
speak?
Sandra.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate your time and your coaching towards us, because I can tell you it is actually helping me a lot. It is helping me a lot. I'm not a person that is able to talk a lot and being at the forefront and all that, but you have given me something to learn from, the way you keep up with us and giving us training and all that. So far, I've already sold my 10 of the bottles, and
Wow.
I'm hoping to complete that before the month end, or maybe during the month end, so that I can come back and buy more. And another thing I wanted to encourage people on is that it is always good to experience the product yourself, so that you can convince yourself, so that you can have confidence in the product when you are selling it to other people. So
Mm.
I'm one of those people that have used the product years ago. I use it with my family, with my children, and now I've used it, I think 5 years ago again. Now it has come back, and I'm actually a distributor for the product now. That says a lot, because I do have confidence in the product. The experience that I've had, I know how amazing the product is, and I've since I've bought this 25 bottles, I've taken one for myself. I started using it. Actually, I was talking with my daughter because I'm using it with her. She has used the product when she was 4 or 5 years. I think it was back then. And now she's taking the product. And she's like, wow, Mama, why is this product tasting like so strong now than before? She still remembers it because she used
Mm.
to take the product. So now she's using it again. And actually, the way that I've taken it, I've started using it yesterday, but it feels like my respiratory system is flowing air. I've been breathing very smoothly since yesterday, starting after taking it. So indeed, that 48 hours, it works within that time. The promise
Mm.
it guarantees it is there. So yeah, thank you very much. I just wanted to share that.
Thank you so much. You're one of the people. Also, Maralise is in here. She's also been taking the product, but I keep running into. There was another woman who was supposed to be on the training, but she couldn't make it this evening. She also knew about this product from 15 years ago. So we have probably 4 or 5 distributors now who we knew. Maralise, I remember knowing. I've known her for 10 years now, on and off. So. Yeah, I run into lots of old friends here, but thank you so much. I really appreciate the comments and everything. Um, I wish everybody the best in this, and I know that everyone can be successful. It's not the only hindrance would be not putting the effort in. And I myself, I hate being on camera. I hate speaking in front of people. This is not what I like to do with my time. Um, I just do not like being on camera, but it's something that I'm happy to do because I know I have 16 years worth of experience with this product and with everything around it, and I know that people need this information. So you won't see me on video very often, but I'm doing it right now because I know it's necessary, and forgive the bad quality of my videos and everything, but I'll get there. So with that, yeah, thank you everybody for showing up. Sorry we've gone so late tonight, but I look forward to seeing you in the WhatsApp group and in the Facebook group, and we will see you all later. Have a wonderful evening.